Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their charts. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance and this channel. Now, just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and get 2 free stocks. And we will be using their software today, so I highly recommend using their software and their brokerage account. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use my link to open an account. You'll get 1 free stock from them. And don't forget, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is October 19th, 2021, and you can see it is a green day in the market. The S&P is up 0.70%, the Dow is up 0.5%, and the NASDAQ is up 0.72%. So it's been a pretty good week so far. Starting off, it is only Tuesday, and as you can see, all indices are green. Yesterday, it was also a green day. So hopefully we continue that momentum for the rest of the week and everybody has a good week in trading. All right, so let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. Today I'm going to be covering NIO. I've done a few videos on this one in the past. I'll provide a link in the upper right hand corner to the most recent one, and you could go back and check that one out to see how I got to where my chart is now. You should be seeing that link right about now, and you could go back and check that video out. But at the time of this recording, NIO is currently trading at $40.01 on the day. It is up 40 cents today, which is the equivalent of 1%. On the week, it is up 12%. Okay, so a pretty good week for NIO. In the past month, it is up 11.18%. And in the past 3 months, the stock is still down 3.54%. In the past year, however, the stock is still up 41.86%. So, little diminished returns in the past year. This stock was up a lot more than what it is now in the past year. You could see here going back to around July or June of last year, you could see, this thing wasn't even on the chart here. Going back to June of last year, you could see around here, $15 is where we could see it come onto the chart. And this is where we could see it start off, and it just came up out of nowhere. If you go down, let's see if I could get it onto my chart. There we go. You could see the low back here in 2019 in October was $1.19, okay? And this stock was a penny stock. It is an electric vehicle company in China. And this was before the electric vehicle craze, before Tesla became popular. And now, of course, we all know Tesla is becoming huge in China, the United States, all over the world. And electric vehicles are going to replace the regular vehicle we know today. But anyway, now that electric vehicles are becoming popular, every electric vehicle stock is becoming popular also, and that's why you see the huge run-up and the gradual increase, from around 2018, 2019, you could see this stock gradually start to increase. And then last year, around summer of last year, you could see it really start to take off, and it really just took off and got shot out of a cannon right around August of last year. You see it really start to pick up, and during COVID, that's when all these EV stocks really took off. It hit a 52-week high of $66.99, and let me zoom in here for you, and it hit that on January 11th of earlier this year. So Right in the beginning of the year, it hit that, and that was right before they had their NIO day, where they pretty much have their investor presentation, and they get everyone hyped up about the things that they are coming out with in the next year. So that was right around that time, everybody got really fired up behind the company, and that's about when they hit their 52-week high. And right around that time, this is when everything was really running in the stock market, in the NASDAQ. All the growth stocks were hitting, all the SPACs were hitting. Everything was really at all-time highs here, and then everything kind of really topped off right around this time. And we had that big correction in the NASDAQ, and you could see the bottom just kind of fell out of this thing right around mid-February here, and we had that correction in the NASDAQ. And this thing really got hit hard, going from around $66.99 from that 52-week high up here, and we had that big dramatic drop here, all the way down to $35 here, where it finally bottomed out. And you could see that nice support line that we had here, where it just consolidated along here for the past couple months. So going through our chart here, you could see I have my top resistance point around $63. That's where we need to get back up to. We need to close a day above there and hold if we want to see this thing make new highs. You can see we've never been able to close above that point. We've been above there intraday, and we've made all-time highs above there, but we've never been able to close a day above there, okay? So we need to get above there and close a daily candle above that point to move to new highs, okay? So that'll be my top resistance point, $63. That's where I have my top line. Going down our chart, $55 is going to be resistance in the future, okay? That has been resistance in the past. You can see we've hit that point multiple times. Once on the way up to our all-time highs, we got rejected at that point. Right over here in November of last year, you could see this point right here where we got rejected. And also right over here, this was in early July of this year, where we tried to run up and retest those all-time highs up here, but we did get rejected at that same point around $55. So that is a resistance point that we will need to get past if we want to see this thing get back up to those all-time high levels. Okay. Also, we do have a gap right here that I have marked on my chart. That will also need to be filled in on our daily chart too. It is between $58.03 and $58.65. You could see it right up here. I have it shaded in gray. So that will eventually need to be filled in on our chart. Okay, so hopefully, we are on our way right now. You could see the breakout that we have forming right here. Going down our chart, we have resistance at $43 right here. This is the resistance point that we are coming up on right now. You could see this was resistance in the past. We hit it right here. This was back in April or early May. Okay, coming off of our $35 support, we had a bounce. We hit this resistance point right there. And this was a former support area coming from that $55 resistance. When we got rejected off of there, we found support at that $43 area. Okay, you could see the consolidation here along that $43 area before we jumped up to that all-time high. So this was a consolidation point before making those all-time highs. Now it's a resistance point over here as we consolidated along our $35 support, where we finally bottomed out at, coming from our all-time highs, okay, where we bottomed out at, from this correction that we had in early March through May. Okay, now we finally bottomed out, okay? So now we need to break through this $43 resistance point ultimately, and we need to work on this $55 resistance also. Okay, now looking at our chart here, I went over this in my last video. I drew this red trend line. This was our lower high and lower low trend line that was going down into our support. Okay, so this was our descending triangle that was happening, and I told you that the stock was going to have to make a decision within the next couple weeks by October 15th. Well, what happened here? By October 15th, well, the stock made a decision and it broke out of this descending triangle and it made a move to the upside by exactly October 15th. Okay? Exactly October 15th, it made a move to the upside. We did have a little bit of a breakdown here underneath our support level, and it got a little rocky here. Okay, you could see we broke down under our support, and it made a false move to the downside, and it looked like it was going to break down that support for these 3 days here. You could see it broke down the support. And then these 2 days here, it actually closed the day. It opened and closed these 2 days underneath the support. And then we had this gap up. And then we finally broke out of this descending triangle. So a little bit of craziness here, breaking down under that support and then, finally getting back above that support and ultimately breaking back above that descending triangle. So, a little bit of a fake out there, but it ultimately did what I was expecting, was to break out of that descending triangle and make a move to the upside. So hopefully you guys, got in on the right side of that trade and you're making some money with this thing moving to the upside. Now I think hopefully it's going to make a move and break past this $43 because this thing does have a lot of strength, and with the strength in the market right now, I think it will get past 40. It's at 40 right now. You can see $40.05 currently, and I think it should have enough strength to get past this $43, but we will see. Let's take a look at our moving averages. I'm going to put them on our chart, and you can see we are above our 21-day here in the blue, our 8-day in the white, and we are above our 50-day in the blue here. So it's looking good. We do have momentum. 200-day moving average here in the yellow is right at our resistance. So this will be huge once we get to this point here. That's going to be very big for this stock once we get here, because we're going to be not only running into resistance, we're going to be running into our 200-day moving average also on our daily chart. So we'll keep an eye on this in the next couple weeks, and I'll do an update once we get to this point, or if we break through that point to ultimately move on to this area too. Okay? So that's my update on NIO. If you guys liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.